Hello everyone and welcome. I am your host, Snowball the White, and I will be showing you how to play Sanctuary, the game of cat rescue. I have provided my assistant Jeff with some treats to entice him to illustrate everything on the board. Good boy, Jeff. Now, let's get started. Setting up the game comes in two phases. First is placement of the boards, the counters, and other pieces. This can be done by a single person before the other players arrive. The large board is placed in the center. This example is the prototype. The final board will look a bit different from this, as will a few other pieces, but the rules should remain the same. Place the 4 sanctuary boards around the main board with the large rooms face up and the catios and catics face down. Each player also gets an adopter board, as well as a cheat sheet, a traits card, and a 4-sided die which matches their color. Each group of cards are shuffled and placed in their respective spots. Take 4 adopter cards and lay them out along their row. Place the can tokens near the board and place the trait tokens into a cup or bag or litter box, something that you can't see inside while you draw them. You are now ready for your friends to come over to complete the setup. Each of these supposed friends will claim one of the sanctuaries. If 2 or more people want the same color, they can have a cat fight over it. Be sure to use your full claws. Once everyone's settled in, each player takes a number of cat cards equal to 1 more than the number of players. So if you have 3 players, each player draws 4 cat cards. If you have 2 players, you draw 3 cards. And if you have 1 player, you're a lonely sack and you need to go out and get yourself some friends. Maybe stop clawing them to get your favorite color. Once everyone has their cat cards, everyone chooses 1 cat and places it face up in their sanctuary. The players then pass all their remaining cards to the player to their left. Then they all choose their next cat, placing it face up in their sanctuary, then passing the remaining on to the player on the left. When players have only 1 cat left, that cat goes into the city shelter. The players also randomly take 1 trait marker for each cat they drew and place them onto one of the empty bubbles of the cat cards. Players now each take 2 subsidy cards and 2 goals cards. The players choose 1 of each type of card, then pass the other 2 on to the player to their left. And that's it. The game is set up and ready to play. Only one thing left to do. Choose the first player. Since you're probably exhausted from fighting over who got what color, this time what you will do is find out who most recently adopted a cat. That player goes first. And no, breeders don't count. If you adopted or purchased from a breeder, you don't go first. You are disqualified from being the first player. You're lucky we're allowing you to sit at the table in the first place. Anyway, we're now ready to move on to the game. There are 3 phases to each turn of Sanctuary: the Sanctuary phase, the Adoption phase, and the Upkeep phase. During the Sanctuary phase, each player will take 3 actions, which are listed on the cheat sheet. They are: draw or play a subsidies card. Subsidies give you special bonuses to help you along. You can play as an action or draw a new one. Draw a goal card. Goal cards are played as their requirements are fulfilled, so scoring them is not an action. However, drawing a new one does count as an action. Pull a cat from the shelter. Take 1 cat from the city shelter and place it face up in your sanctuary. You automatically draw a trait for the cat you pulled and place it on one of the empty bubbles on their card. All other cats still in the city shelter slide 1 space to the left to fill in the vacated spot. Add a trait to a cat. Draw a trait and place it in the second bubble of that cat card. Draw a new trait, then choose what cat to place it on. When all of the bubbles are filled on a specific cat card, no more traits can be drawn for that cat. Build an addition. Choose either a catio or a catic and flip it over. Then pay the listed amount of cans for it. Draw 2 cans. Don't have enough cans of food? What is wrong with you? Grab 2 cans. Careful to place them single side face up. Not to the side with a 5. No cheating, not even you, Greg. Move cats among your sanctuary and fosters. With this one action, all cats in your sanctuary can be moved to different rooms and to and from your fosters. Each player takes 3 actions in a row. When it comes back around to the first player, the adoption phase begins. To try for an adoption, the player chooses 1 of their cats and 1 adopter who is face up. The player will be trying to reach the adopter's pink number on its card. To reach this number, the player counts the cat's pink bonus number on the top of its card then an additional +1 for every trait the cat has in common with the adopter. The black traits are special needs, so they provide a -1 to the roll. The exception to this is if the adopter has a special need marker on its card. In that case, there is no negative, and if the special need actually matches what's on the cat's card, the player gets an additional +1. The player can then get additional pluses at a cost of 2 cans for every 1 point. After all of this, if the number has still not reached the adopter's pink number, well, first, that adopter is a picky bastard and might not deserve a cat. But if you still want to go for it, you roll your 4-sided die and add it to the total. If your number equals or exceeds their precious pink number, the adoption has succeeded. Give yourself points equal to the adopter's blue number, plus the cat's blue number. Then place the cat onto your adopted board. Then place an adoption marker onto the adopter. If the adopter already had an adoption marker, the adopter is discarded. If there are no adoptions you wish to do this turn, you can bypass the adoption by instead drawing 2 cans, or drawing a goals and subsidies card. Each player gets a chance to do an adoption or draw cans or cards. When it comes back around to the first player, go around the circle one more time with everyone getting a second chance to adopt out a cat, or draw a card or a can. You cannot try to adopt out the same cat twice in a row, however. Sorry, Twinkle. After the adoption phase has gone around the table twice, move on to the upkeep phase. First, if there are any cats in the red tag space, they cross over the rainbow bridge. And if this happens, you must question your life choices. Why did you let the city shelter get overcrowded? There is blood on your hands. And worse yet, if 4 or more cats are ever on the rainbow bridge space, all players lose immediately. You have failed as cat rescuers. You can then trade cats and resources. Anything you want to trade can be traded, and you might need to do this to get food, because you then have to feed your cats. 1 can marker for every 2 cats, rounded up. The first player then rolls 2 dice and draws that many more cat cards, placing them into the shelter and sliding cats who are already there over to the right. When they land on the red tag space, they stop, stacking up there, on the brink, hoping someone will save them. The next player rolls a single die, and that many adopters are drawn, sliding the ones already there to the right. Any adopters who slide onto the discard space are turned over, discarded. Finally, the first player marker is given to the player to the left, the turn marker goes to the next turn, and the next turn begins at the top. A 4-player game goes 4 turns, a 3-player game goes 5 turns, and a 2-player game goes 6 turns. Or play however the hell long you want to play. It's no fur off my back. When you reach the end of the last turn, all players score points listed in their goals card which say Game End. Then go through each achievement card to determine who gets those final bonus points. And that is it! Whoever has the most points wins. Cheers all around. Good show and all of that. Okay, I'm done. Time for a nap. Go away and come back to feed me later on.